So, yes, softball is back and teams have already hit the field. They've got some games under their belt, and now it gives us an opportunity to start talking to the coaches at the Missouri Valley Conference. And today is our first installment of In the Circle presented by Rawlings. And we get a chance to talk to first-year coach, new coach, maybe the newest coach to the league, Valparaiso's head coach, Meaggan Pettipiece. And Coach, first of all, thank you for taking time to join us today, and welcome to the Valley.
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about your hiring to Valparaiso. It was kind of late in the year, and so you kind of had to hit the ground running. Have you been able to catch your breath and maybe get things into control here as the season has started?
Yeah, I think it was later, obviously, than what anybody would have liked. But I think the girls, are really excited to just have somebody, that's taking control and set some guidelines and whatnot for the team. And, expectations that, maybe even haven't been here before. So it's been really good. My assistant, Lainey Jones, came from great programs as well. And we got her a little bit later in November. And so just to have the staff all together and get things rolling, we're working on it. It's a work in progress.
It probably helps a little bit though to get games going and kind of get that process moving along. What really drew you to the Valparaiso job? What was it that caught your eye and made you apply?
Well, it was, I mean, my family's from Canada, and so I've been in the US for quite some time, but we like to somewhat stay in the north, so we're somewhat close. So that's important to us. Being, we were in Cleveland at the time. This is kind of the same distance to going home if things had worked out. And it was a great conference. There was a lot of really good things, just even hearing about the University of Valparaiso. I knew of the school, a lot of the basketball history and just education in general. I mean, we're compared to Ivy League schools all the time. So it was seemed like it could be a really good fit for some success in the future and, something great to start building with. So it was awesome.
So you've been in the MAC the last few years. So maybe for all of us, just kind of compare conferences. How do the MAC and the Valley match up, or are they similar?
Well, I've really a lot of it is hearsay at this point because I've watched some film, but I haven't actually played a lot of the teams in the Valley. I know a few of them I have over time of coaching, but really, I'm kind of still not sure exactly where everything's going to align. But I think that, just from the level of play and team and kids that I have, I think that everything has told me that the MVC is actually a step up from the MAC. So I'm excited about that challenge, especially with bringing in good recruits and getting kids to come in and really drive this program to the next level.
So you kind of face the same rebuilding situation at Akron where you were before. What are the things that you need to put in place? You talked a little bit about recruiting here at Valparaiso. So what else do you need to get going to kind of get that rebuilding process started?
Yeah, our numbers are pretty low this year. People say we'll see. But honestly, coming into that situation has been great for me as a coach. I feel like it's allowed me to, start those relationships really early and get going with the ladies. They're, very bought into what we're bringing to the program. And, you can just tell even in the field, just the first weekend of play. I mean, we didn't have the outcomes necessarily that we wanted, but all the conversations I've had with the kids and coaches, since the games have been phenomenal. And I feel like we have a lot of room to grow. And those are all good things as a team that, I think they're feeling great about too. So comparing us in the Valley, to teams in the MAC, I mean, I'm going to guess that it's very similar is going to be my guess. And we're going to have our work cut out for us. And, I think both the MAC and the Valley are very, well-respected mid-major universities, our conferences. So, I think that it's going to go in a good direction.
So you had a chance to play a few games in the Dome this past weekend. And so a couple of players, Easton side had a nice start. It looked like, just checking the stats, and Taylor Hirschbach got off to a good start. So who is that kind of the nucleus for you as far as players coming back?
Yeah, I think there's only about 3 or 4 girls that really had a significant amount of playing time prior to this year. So really, when you look at us on the field, it's like a completely different view, I think, that anybody's ever seen. So I think that that's going to be in our favor. But the girls, yeah, there's about 3 to 4 girls that have the experience that are junior, senior class, and have stepped up to be the leaders on the team and stuff. Even, a junior AJ, Alexis Johnson, she hasn't had a lot of playing time in the past, but she's stepping up and dominating, on the infield and just as a leader on the field for the team. So it's just great to see.
So one last question for you. You've been around softball a long time. You played, you were a multi-sport athlete in college, but you had the opportunity to play for Team Canada in the Olympics in 2000. What was that process like of going through the trials and trying to make the team, and then that experience in Sydney when you had the opportunity to play?
It was an amazing experience. I mean, I can't even describe the feelings that I get even when I think back to when that all happened. But, I loved playing basketball, softball, a lot of different sports, and softball just gave me an opportunity to continue to play at a level that was, amazing. I walked onto Team Canada in '98, and after playing, a good Division II season, we won the national championship, and I was an All-American. And so, I took a chance and walked on to Team Canada, and, it's taken me all over the world, not just Australia. For 6 years, I traveled, to several different countries. And the Olympics was very humbling and amazing. You're meeting people that you see on TV, and they're just walking by with you like they're your neighbors. So it was very neat. Being in Australia was amazing because it's such a phenomenal country. And, I actually stayed and traveled for 3 months after there. So my experience with softball has just been nothing but, amazing. I love coaching. I never left as soon as I got done. That's what I started doing. And very excited that this is where I'm at.
Well, Coach, we know you're busy. You're doing a lot of different things today, and so thank you for taking some time out of your busy day to join us. And pleasure to meet you, and looking forward to seeing your team evolve as we move on in through the season. So thank you for joining us, and welcome to the Valley.
Thank you.